Good morning, mi gente. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people and an LGBTQ plus kiki at 9 in the freaking morning? Whose idea was that? Oh, wait, that was my idea. Yeah, my idea. That's why I'm still in bed. Me? I'm FayWhat, and I'm going to help you get your week started off right. We have lots of fun things to talk about. It's going to be a great week.
Gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all I dream? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too? If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
The FayWhat Show is America's first LGBTQ plus morning show, and we're live right now on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm also on demand anytime you want. It's Monday, June 17th, 2024, and welcome to the FayWhat Show. So I'm very well aware that it's a couple of weeks into Pride Month, right? But it's important for us to acknowledge it right here, right now. So I wanted to school you on some Pride Month stuff. Pride Month is celebrated in June to honor the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan, which was a turning point for the gay liberation movement in the United States. The month is both a celebration and a protest, recognizing the community's contributions and accomplishments while also drawing attention to issues they still face. Pride Month is a time to reflect on progress made towards equality, justice, and inclusion, and to recommit to supporting LGBTQIA+ rights. So it's time to kiki about what's going on in the LGBTQ plus community. I have a sidekick joining me in bed. You know who he is. He's hot, he's handsome, he's sexy. He's got a beard. Yes. Our first segment is called Gay Boy Sleep Late. And this morning I'm joined by my gay guy pal, adult entertainer, and star of For the Love of Dilfs on LTV, Alex Tikas. You can follow his adults-only Twitter at Alex_Tikas and catch him as he bartends with very little on at the Eagle Wilton Manors. Good morning, Alex. Welcome back to my bed,
Good morning. I just realized I wear a jockstrap to work every day.
Every day. Every day. And do you have them color-coded? Is there your favorite one for Wednesdays?
No, there's the red gear for the kinky. The kink when I'm feeling a little kinky, because we won't go into it because it's a morning show. And then the blue.
What stops you today?
The blue is for the bears and for the leather.
Right.
We have a cigar social on Thursday, so I tend to wear the blue gear and the blue jockstrap. And then there's the black gear. I wear the black gear on Saturday. When it's just sort of
Okay, and he says gear it's like a tracksuit and shit, right? It literally is like a thong.
It's not thong. We don't do thongs because I'm hairy, and it's not attractive when you're.
It is attractive, okay? And yes, maybe a pelito will get stuck on the string, but I know plenty of boys that will probably come up and go, "Can I help you with that?"
Yeah, more dental floss for me.
I can just imagine the amount of boys that come up to you, "Coño, man, I brushed my teeth before I left the house, but I did forget to floss. Can I help?
Can I help you with that?
Can you help me with that?"
No. What would you like to drink?
What would you like to drink? I'd like to drink that dental floss on your ass. Anybody ever tell you that?
They haven't put it in those specific terms, but I do get a lot of propositions.
Yeah, and no one's ever said, "Hey, put your jockstrap in a cup with some ice and water and just give it to me with a straw."
No, but I have sold them. People have actually requested. So what I do is I wear it for a week at the gym, and then I get really sweaty, and then I put it in there. I put it in a little, and then I let it stay there for another week.
You let it ferment.
Yes, and then I mail it off to them. These are actual requests.
My God, but I can. How else can you get close to this incredible looking adult entertainer, right?
Just come and say hello.
Oh yeah, you could come order a drink at the Eagle, actually, right? No, because imagine, right, before you were working at the Eagle, people had to find other ways to meet you and to find you, and you can, he still has his OnlyFans, so you can still do that as well.
It's yuck.
But?
Listen, it's like Chick-fil-A. I went to Chick-fil-A once.
Me too.
And that was really, really good. chicken. That was delicious.
Oh, yeah.
But I won't go back there again. I've made the decision not to go back. I've ridden in a Tesla. It's a Tesla. It's
Is it?
It is. The Uber, I can't control what Uber comes and picks me up.
No, that's different.
So,
I've never seen a Tesla come pick me up in Uber.
No,
but,
I know, but Uber,
but times are tough for everybody, so I get
So
it.
they came, and it's a fun ride, and it's like a little toy, but I'm not going to buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So Chick-fil-A, I had a chicken sandwich many years ago. It was also like a highway kind of thing. We were traveling, and I didn't know about the hurtful and awful shit that they give money to, right? And it was a fucking delicious chicken sandwich.
So
I've never had a chicken sandwich like that. Like, it was so juicy, and like the
it's
lettuce was so perfect. I remember like it was yesterday. The bread was warm.
On that chicken.
That bread was warm, like a wonderful vagina. Like, it was just so perfect. The sauce was everything. I remember it, but I will never eat it again, you know? And mind you, Chick-fil-A's are popping up everywhere, and there's a line around the corner, and they don't work on God's day, Sunday, because they're too busy hating us.
Yes. Unless you're a Seventh-day Adventist, and you could not work on Saturday. But anyway.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, and this is what happens. You see, we haven't even started
talking about Katy Perry.
So, Katy Perry, okay?
What about Katy Perry?
So Katy Perry got a car from Elon Musk, and she posted about it, saying thank you to him, and we talked about how weird that was and how that didn't make us feel so good, all right? But now Katy Perry is back in the news, and it's in a positive way. So let's find this out, right? So Katy Perry has turned Harrison Butker's controversial commencement speech into a Pride Month anthem.
How did that happen?
Come on, that sounds amazing.
Oh my God.
Butker's speech at Benedictine College on May 11th criticized Pride Month and touted traditional biblical values. Outraged, Katy Perry took action. She re-edited his speech and posted the video on Instagram to kick off Pride Month. The caption reads, quote, "Fix this for my girls, my graduates, and my gays. You can do anything. Congratulations and happy Pride," end quote. Watch this.
For the ladies present today, congratulations on an amazing accomplishment. You should be proud of all that you have achieved to this point in your young lives. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? I would venture to guess the women here today are going to lead successful careers in the world. I say all of this to you because I have seen it firsthand, how much happier someone can be supporting women and not saying that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. The road ahead is bright. Things are changing, society is shifting, and people young and old are embracing diversity, equity, and inclusion. With that said, I want to say happy Pride Month to all of you, and congratulations, class of 2024.
Katy Perry remixes hate. What are we all talking about?
There's also this one thing on where he says the entire speech, and then they show him in like the gayest clothing, like he's like posing, and it's like, because these football, what's he, a football guy? They know how to dress. Like, they have stylists, and the outfits could not be gayer.
Wow.
This guy is like
he's a douchebag. Just say he's a douchebag. I mean, come on. Like, that whole speech was just, I mean, I didn't sit through the whole thing, right? Just after he basically told all women to go back to the kitchen, I kind of was
You go back to the fucking kitchen, man.
but I wasn't in disbelief. You know what I mean? Like, you got that platform. You know what that platform means, right? People are graduating to start their lives. And this is what you're saying?
This woman is graduating from Benedictine so she can go back into the fucking kitchen. Like, what?
Yeah. And go serve her husband. That's basically, you know? So go, Katy Perry, for this. I was hoping it was like in her voice, or like she like remixed it in some way. You know what I mean? Like, but I kissed the girl and I liked it. And then it goes to that, you know? Like, inclusivity, you know? I think they also did something went viral where they made Butker, or whatever the hell his freaking name is. I call him Butt Munch, so whatever. They made him into like a drag queen. They made him also, and like that shit went viral. And he looked good though. I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty. He looked like Athena Dion a little bit in drag. I'm just saying. All right, next. Did you know that some of history's greatest minds harnessed the power of passionate homosexuals to shape the world?
Oh my.
Take ancient Greece.
Right.
In 375 BC, I was so excited to have this story because of you, Alex. All right. So ancient Greece in 375 BC, for instance, an army of gay couples bested the formidable Spartan forces despite being outnumbered. The Washington Post Pride Month piece recounts how Theban rebels, right, tired of Spartan rule, staged a coup. But the threat loomed large, prompting Commander Gorgidas to devise an advanced strategy, a battalion of men-loving men. Plato, in his symposium, noted, quote, few such men fighting side by side could conquer practically the entire human race, end quote. Gay couples fought for ancient Greece. What are we all talking about?
This all could be, you could just watch 300 and this could all be talked. You've watched 300?
No.
Watch 300, this is the story of 300.
Really? Yeah, well, in 300, it was kind of like the workers at Eagle. Very little clothes.
It's like
very little clothes.
It's like 300 guys against the Persians. But anyway, so did you know that
he's Greek?
So in the ancient, when they would travel off for years and go to these wars, the young boys would go with them, and it was perfectly normal because these boys, they served a purpose.
They were there just to serve the fighters, basically.
Because they're like they need to
get that out.
Yeah.
Right? It's a family show, right? We're trying to be
I'm sorry.
No, so these young men, they had a purpose, they had a role. They were there to service these people that were fighting these wars.
Yeah. So it was, what I wanted to say was like homosexuality was perfectly normal at that time. Yeah. So
well, I didn't know that until I went to Greece and until you had schooled me on that before I went to Greece. And then I also went to Italy a couple of years back, right? And it's like, they really try to erase us from freaking everything. Yeah. They try to erase us from history. They try to erase us from freaking everything. And it's like, come on, we were there.
Now we just talk too much. Like, we're just out there and we talk too much and we're just like in everybody's way, and it's just so annoying because we're never going back.
We're never going back.
We're never shutting down unless,
We're never going back. And I had a conversation with a few trans women over the weekends where they were saying, older trans women, right? Where they were saying that they were always trans, right? And people knew, and it wasn't anything that they talked about, but they weren't being banished or persecuted for it back in the 80s or 90s. Right. You know what I mean? That they were just, they just were, period.
And now all of a sudden it's like they are
the target of everything. The target of fucking everything. And it breaks my heart. It really does. So we need to get those Greek gods and those Greek fighters to come and fight for the trans community, and we'd be good.
We have there are well, not Greek gods, but there are there's a core of what's that woman's name, Dana? Like there are a lot of these activists that are moving forward and that are doing things that are progressing the the movement.
Yeah. Dana Davis is going to be on my show today, and that was who Alex is talking about, and those are the shoulders that others will be able to stand on, in the future, right? Yeah. When you make television shows or you make any kind of content that includes LGBTQ plus, and it shows us in our actual light that we're not inhumane, subpar, we're not groomers, we're not pedos, we're not those disgusting things that the right wing wants to tell you that we are. We're not. We're not groomers. Most of us don't like children.
Yeah. Please stay away. Your children are great from a
Keep them away. Hide. I can wave them from here. Then I got chocolate on my neck. It's just I'm good. Yeah. Next.
She's just drumming them, just ringing them out.
Next, men have sought to enlarge their penises since ancient times. Often using painful and ineffective methods, all right? So tribesmen attach weights while others use piercings or even poisonous snake bites to make their penises bigger. I'm not even lying, all right? Today, Chris Bustamante, founder of Lushful Aesthetics, and popularly known as Injector Chris, to his Instagram followers, is quickly becoming the face of the penis filler boom. And it is a boom, baby. Using a syringe filled with hyaluronic acid, he carefully injects it into a small hole in the patient's penis. Watch this.
All right, welcome to Queerty TV. I'm Alex Streamer, and we're very excited to chat with Chris Bustamante. Chris, how are you? Patients before they come into one of these kinds of procedures.
Into one of the more I guess the clickbaity procedures, right? Your penis filler, your scrotal, Botox. I mean, it depends on the procedure, right? So there's initial fears and hesitations with all of them. I think that for us, luckily, we have a really extensive portfolio of my work when it comes to penis filler and scrotum filler. So you can really see before and afters on our website in real time. Also, lots of information available there for FAQs. But, for penis filler, I guess one of the big questions is is it going to affect the quality of my erections? Everyone obviously wants to preserve the health of, their penis, and they don't want that to affect it. And it does not affect that. So that's one of the great things about it. With Botox, I think that sometimes there's a misconception of it being an aesthetic procedure, which it is not. Botox is essentially a trademarked term for anal Botox, which is not new. I did not invent it. Sometimes people think that, you're the only one that does it. No, I'm not. There's actually literature going back 20 years on the efficacy of Botox for chronic anal fissures. And so for me, so it's pretty extensive. There's a lot of literature on it. And so I utilize it in my practice more for recreational, stuff where people who just want to be able to, enjoy, bottoming or anal play because they are a little bit too tight. They want something to help kind of take the edge off.
I wish you folks could see Alex's face while he's watching.
I need like
this
5
video.
seconds.
I mean, he needs like a second to just
5 seconds to just all of this.
And then he just he opened his underwear.
I'm like, what's that website again? Wait a minute. Bustamante.
Oh my God.
I am going to look him up.
Injector Chris. Listen, okay, Injector Chris will grant you the perfect penis. I mean, like, why? What are we all talking about? Why is it a bad thing? Like, okay, if I can get Botox on my forehead, right?
God. No. First of all, I love Botox on my forehead, but we're not talking about that right now.
Okay.
So, there's a gentleman at the bar at the Eagle who currently underwent the most painful penile procedure, and I'm going to tell you in about 30 seconds. So what they do is they stick something in there, and when he wants to get hard, he like pushes one of his balls, and he gets erect, and when he's done, he pushes. He sort of.
But is that like a pump though?
It's a pump. Yeah, it's a pump.
Okay.
And then when he's done, it
goes back in.
It goes back in. So he is in his early 70s, and he is living his best freaking life. I'm like, I won't do it because it's thousands of dollars. And the recovery, you have to be very careful with the recovery.
Of course. You can get an infection and it would be a mess.
He did it, and he is living his best life.
He's in his 70s, Alex?
Listen.
You can't miss him. He's at Eagle this, just walking around like that.
He's actually at 3, 2, 1. But yeah, he will tell you, and he will tell you all about it. This is really interesting. Scrotox? Scrotox.
Right? You heard it here on the FayWhat show for the first time. Okay, so you see boys, I'm always thinking about you. Why am I always thinking about gay boys' asses? I don't know.
Scrotox. Oh my God.
But I mean, but why not? But why not if it makes you feel better?
I don't there's something called Trimix where you inject something, and it's like liquid Viagra.
Okay.
Instead of the Viagra going through your system,
it goes straight there.
It goes straight.
Porn stars use that a lot, right?
Okay. Use it, so you inject it, and boom, and then if you go to your urologist and use it properly, it'll go away. But I've never heard of it looks like you make your penis fluffier, or what's he doing exactly? It makes it look bigger, gives it more of a bulge. I don't know, but it sounds like it's he's making the penis, when it's flaccid, look bigger.
Exactly, because everybody, I mean, unless, you could be fixed or not, right?
Yeah.
What is it called? Sorry, I'm not a boy.
When you're fixed?
No, when you...
when you're spayed?
I was thinking of a dog. I'm so sorry. When you get that, when you're, oh God, come on! When you have the extra skin or you don't have the extra skin.
Uncut. You're uncut.
Yeah, but
what's the scientific...
What do Jewish people call it?
A bris? Would you have a bris? They call it a bris when it's a kid.
I know all of you are screaming. Thank you. Oh my God! Wow.
That took a minute, right?
I think I just got a circumcised
that took a minute, right
there. Oh my Lord. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I would think that when it's soft, you still have that extra skin. Yeah. If you get this procedure done, they inject that, and then they use that extra skin, and that could be an extra inch or two, which will be that's a lot.
It's a lot. Well, for some people, it's a lot. Yeah. And otherwise, it just looks like a little anteater or a little turtle.
I think that you're not as excited about this because you have a big dick. And if you didn't, then it'd be different. That's it. Okay, right? Do you agree? Okay, go on his OnlyFans. You can
find
see.
Out.
Okay, it's like subscribe today. See how you like how I get into that?
I love that thing. Every fucking episode, Faye always tells them to go, "Thank you, Faye."
Listen, I'm not trying to keep all the love for myself. I want you to get off too. You know what I mean? And I need your dog to get food at night. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm all about this doctor. I'm glad that we did this
Dr.
story.
Bustamante. I'm gonna remember this, and I'm totally gonna Google this. I want to see what he's about.
No, I know you are. He's gonna be like, "Hey, I can't come in next Monday because I'm going to a meeting with Dr. Whatever or wherever the hell he's at."
I'm getting my cankles deboned, and I'm getting my penis.
And while I'm there, I'm just gonna have him look at my ass just in case he wants to throw some Botox in there. Who knows? Maybe there's a wrinkle or two.
God.
Next, Miss Rachel, the beloved children. I love how we go from this to
Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel. All right. So the beloved children's YouTube creator faced backlash after celebrating Pride Month on social media, folks. Yeah. With nearly 10 million subscribers, her video on June 1st wished her audience a happy Pride and expressed joy for everyone. Anticipating some negative reaction, she added, quote, "I am not chasing fame or views. I am standing strong in love," end quote. However, her heartfelt message has sparked outrage among some conservative parents. Daily Wire host Matt Walsh has criticized Miss Rachel, urging parents to boycott her content. They want to cancel Miss Rachel. What are we all talking about?
We're all talking about it, and it's good for Miss Rachel because everybody's talking about it, which will mean everybody's going to go to her site
and subscribe. Exactly. So Miss Rachel's going to do great, or she'll get offered another job on a network or something. She'll be fine.
Probably be thanking. She'll be thanking the conservatives for doing that.
She'll be saying thank you very much.
So it's like
but Alex. But I mean, how? What did she, again,
what did she say?
There's nothing wrong with saying happy Pride and even explaining what Pride is or whatever it is, right? She didn't even go into details. She didn't even say, hey, some people have two moms, some people have two dads. She didn't go into any of that. She literally just said happy Pride.
Happy Pride,
And
that's enough,
And that's enough to get people so crazy.
Happy January 6th. Can we say?
Happy Columbus Day, the day that he didn't discover America because there were already people here.
Oh my God.
The rape and pillaging day. Woohoo! Christopher Columbus Day.
Don't boycott anybody for saying Happy Columbus Day.
No.
You know what I mean? But
no, I call it Indigenous Day now. I call it Happy Indigenous Day because I mean I'm Indigenous, and I mean you can't tell by my face, but I am.
Sure we can. A
little bit, right? The nose. Can you see it? Only Alex can see it. All right, next. Our conversations are crazy here. Let me just say. Next, hold on to your hats because the drama is off the charts. A New York jury found Trump guilty on all 34 criminal counts related to hush money payments during his 2016 campaign to cover up an alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels. But instead of ditching him, Republicans are clinging to conspiracy theories and false claims about the justice system, insisting the conviction is a sham. Meanwhile, a gay man's epic meltdown while protesting Trump's conviction is going viral online. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Watch this.
Go where you belong. Go where you belong. Go where you belong. Get out. You are Tom Daddy. Stay away from us, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
You gonna vote for a traitor?
Get the fuck out of here, faggot. You're the faggot. You're the faggot. You're the faggot. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Bitch. You have a cunt. You're a little pussy. You're a pussy. You're a pussy. Do you hear me? You're a little pussy.
Yeah.
Little shrivelly pussy. That's what you are. That's all you are is a cunt.
Yeah, run.
You're not even a man.
Run. We're gonna eat you. We're gonna eat you and your family
alive.
alive.
I'm so proud of you. Oh, you little bitch. Knock him down. Knock the bitch down.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of New York City. Pussy. You little pussy. You little pussy. Get the fuck out.
Wow. Gay MAGA guys, meltdown goes viral. What are we all talking about? You enjoyed that clip a little bit too much, and this was like the 5th time you saw it, so I don't understand.
Someone's shriveling beef.
I know. Listen, those the protesters were hilarious, right? And we always have what's hysterical is that one person screaming, and then there's always like your supportive friend, right? Yeah, what he said. Yeah, he's a C word. Yeah, we'll eat you.
Yeah, but I don't understand it's what it's sort of like on the Dave Chappelle show when that black guy was like was blind.
Oh, he didn't know.
But he was a member of the KKK.
He was a part of it. He was the head. He was a Klansman. Okay,
so
and
it's kind of like I don't understand these guys that are MAGA but gay. Help me.
Yeah.
Help me understand.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't. I think it's a self-loathing thing.
Yeah,
I think it's, I mean.
slightly misogynistic because all they kept talking about is shriveling women's.
Yeah.
Like, so you're going to demean me by calling me a vajayjay.
A vajayjay. That's all you got.
That's all you got.
That is like, and then again, that supported the fact that you're a big queer yourself, exactly. Right? Like,
well, let's see what's going on underneath those shorts.
Oh my God.
Not that we want to.
Not that I want to know. Not that I want to know. But thank you for giving us content because that's fun.
You cannot write anything funnier than what I just saw. It was
that was hysterical.
I mean, it's scary because there are people like that, but
no,
of course. We're gonna eat you.
We're gonna eat you. We're gonna eat you. And I wanted to do the story with you, Alex, because of when you were on For the Love of Dilf, Stormy Daniels hosted, right?
Yes.
I was not a fan of Stormy Daniels, right? I was like, oh, she did what she did, whatever. I don't know too much about her, whatever. You know, she's trying to get her ratings, whatever, right? She's trying to stay relevant. I was saying all these dumb shit. And then you were on the show, and every single time you interacted with her, it was love.
Yeah.
It was magical. And then you came back and told me that behind the scenes, when there wasn't a camera rolling, Stormy couldn't have been the nicer person. And that she had even said, like, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to see this through. You know, I'm not just a porn star, you know?
Class act, professional, really, really super sweet, really just like present, really interested in what she was doing and in the show. I can't say anything, and of course the way she said goodbye to me, and just very, very, very genuine. And the way she's being persecuted is, I mean, it's just absurd. It's just like absurd. It's like you gave her money to provide a service, and now you want to hide it, and you pay her to hide it. And she didn't hide it.
No,
she
didn't hide it. You're a married man that cheated on your wife with a porn star, and still the Republicans are like, oh no, that's blasphemy. No, that justice service system did not do him right. I mean,
look at the comparisons between Hillary and Bill, and look at the comparisons between Donald Trump and Melania. But Hillary and Bill, they're like what's the difference between these two couples?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, lock her up. Are we going to lock him up?
Doesn't seem like
no.
it.
No.
34 counts, and he can still run for president. I'm so confused by that.
And he can still win. He can still.
How is that?
That's what we asked the last time.
Okay,
How?
and we're still
asking that.
So you know who else is running for president? Joe Exotic.
What the fuck?
You know the Tiger King?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember? That's the only way. No one will ever know. You know, I think his name is like Joe Maldonado or some shit like that, right? Because I think he's even like. Anyway, whatever. So I did a story on him for Queer News Tonight because the fool is running for president from jail.
Yeah, I remember his hot toothless boyfriend. Like all he needs is a good set of teeth, and that's it.
Okay, yes, but he had 3 twinks and boys with no teeth. One killed himself like right on the show, and the other one was an addict, unfortunately, that he was not helping. He was helping with the addiction, you know, and this man runs for president. Anyway, so I do a story saying, what the F, like, this is what we have, like, going up against Trump, is this guy from jail. Anyway, he posts, because again, you must have some privileges in jail that I'm not privy to. He posted from jail about my segment saying that I didn't have the right info and how dare I and blah, blah, blah. And I was
the right info, which is on the screen.
And you're in jail.
And you actually said it.
You know, and then he goes on to say that he didn't hurt animals. Bitch, of course you did.
Listen.
You're keeping any animal captive. That's abuse. If you are, you know, mating them and selling it for profit, that's abuse. You know?
You come in and they're like 6 little baby lions. So of course they're like in their infancy, and you know, people want to take pictures with them. But what happens to that baby lion when he grows up? Where is it going to go?
Yeah.
And we're all 6 of them and 12 of them. And then you have the tigers that are babies, and where are they going to go?
Where are they going to go?
They're going to go in the, excuse me for saying it, they're going to go in the meat grinder. That's where they're going to go.
Yeah.
You know, so don't give me that shit.
Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. You know, but I guess you have the qualifications to be president. I guess, but you're not going to win, dude. So
cannot wait for him to talk to President Xi in China about
how on Zoom from jail. Because again, he's in jail, right? This is what I. Anyway, all right.
America.
Folks, the FayWhat Show is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, and Hotspots Magazine has been documenting the LGBTQ plus experience for 40 years. Happening Out Television Network has been bringing you daily LGBTQ plus news, talk shows, and more for 4 years. In the same model of PBS and NPR, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission is to educate and serve the LGBTQ plus community. So, Alex, we made it through Stonewall.
Exhausted.
Oh my God! Listen, I thought for sure we weren't gonna make it through.
Exhausted.
And like they said that they were like expecting like a couple thousand. That was a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, that was a lot of people.
There's a lot of gays out there.
Yeah. And they want to come here to Florida too, which I love, you know?
Come into our little bubble of Wilton Manors.
Anything funny you've got going on this weekend? I need to sleep this weekend. I'm sorry. I'm going to take a couple days off and just try to be like...
Go to work, come home, sleep. Oh, I have a couple of scenes coming up that I'm shooting for a studio, but that's about it. And
that's it. Life is good.
Life is good.
And how's your pup? She's your world.
Go on my Instagram and you'll see. She's just like, she is my Instagram. She's my world.
I was going to talk to you about that.
What?
I think you should make her own Instagram. I think
Miss
it's time
Millie?
because Miss Millie is taking over yours. You know what I mean? And people are like, okay, I want to see
her.
his package, and they see this beautiful dog.
I
which they
got
also
Luna.
love, you know what
Maybe
I
I
mean?
need to bring her and play with Luna a little
I
bit.
think you
Yeah.
should. I think that'd be a good time. I adore you, Alex.
I love you.
I love you.
Mwah.
I love you so much. Thank you for being my Greek goddess.
Thank you.
Always.
Always.
So, I mean, you know, we made it through Pride, and here we are. Thank you, Alex Tikas, for joining me in bed. He is just amazing, and also the incredible Miss Dana Davis. So, did you know that the Happening Out Television Network studios are located at Sunshine Cathedral Square, which also houses Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church located in Fort Lauderdale? We broadcast our Sunday service every week at 10:30 a.m. FayWhat Show. We bring you interesting interviews with the most incredible people from our community, and today is no different. We've got this incredible human. Her name is Dana Davis. She's a director, she's a writer, and now she's an actress as well. And we're going to find out about all her projects right now. Good morning, mi gente. Welcome back to the FayWhat Show. We're joined today by my girl, Miss Dana Davis. She's the co-founder of Mary It's Mary Productions, which is a pioneering transgender-owned production company. As director, writer, and executive producer, Dana spearheads diverse LGBTQ plus projects. I love you, honey. How are you? Welcome to the FayWhat Show.
I love your bed. This is so nice.
This is what she has to say. The first thing that she says, I love your bed.
I'm in bed with FayWhat.
Yes.
Okay, work, honey. And then you have a gorgeous child here.
I do.
too.
A fur pup. That's Luna.
How beautiful.
That's Luna. I mean, I steal her on Mondays, and she just is so
Is she your
cute.
co-host on the FayWhat Show?
I think she's the main host, girl.
Okay.
Honestly, I think I just come in to like kind of support her, you
That
know.
makes sense.
And you know, I'm still trying to figure out if she's like straight or bi or
Aw.
fluid. We're not really sure. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like wherever floats her boat, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I let her
love
be
that.
her, you know.
I love that.
So,
Sure.
but she's celebrating Pride Month with her Pride bow and everything, doing her thing, right? You people at home, if you have pups, you should be putting a Pride flag on them. I forced my dog to put on this shirt that says I love my two mommies, and it's all
Aw,
rainbow,
so
right?
sweet.
It's sweet, but she's a Trumper, so she hates the shirt, you know.
What about the ladybug?
Oh, my ladybug. So this is my ladybug, right?
Okay.
And I love ladybugs. And so my godmother was the one who supported me growing up. I wasn't out to my family and friends, right?
Okay.
But I was out to my godmother. Like you can't hide certain things from certain people in your
Uh-huh.
lives that really know you, right?
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, she passed away a couple of years ago, and ladybugs were her thing. So like every time a
Nice.
ladybug lands on me, I kind of feel like it's a kiss from heaven. Is that a little weird?
I love it. I also have a fondness for ladybugs.
Do you?
My story's a little different though.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the first time I went to Israel, I got a gig in Tel Aviv.
Okay.
during
Ooh.
Sun-
All
yes,
right. Okay.
Amazing. And I was living in the Lower East Side, and I got the gig, and all my friends, early 90s, and all my friends said, I don't know about Tel Aviv, you should be careful.
Yes.
I said, no, I got a gig, and everything's paid for, I'm going. I'm getting
Yeah.
a hook. So I went.
Money talks. Dana's like, I'll go wherever.
Exactly. So I got to Tel Aviv. I got into my Airbnb, and I said, "Let me go outside and swoop the neighborhood, see what's going on."
Scoop it out.
Yeah. And so I was walking, and I hear these Israeli guys were saying, "Coccinelle, coccinelle."
Is that a bad word?
And I called my girlfriend. I said, "Why are they calling me coccinelle?" coccinelle. And they're like, coccinelle, coxy. And then she goes, girl, coccinelle is ladybug in French.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is that there was an amazing French, gorgeous performer named, oh God, what was her name? Coccinelle. That was her name.
Okay.
And so she became very famous there in Tel Aviv at that time. And when she was reigning, which was like, I guess, the 80s or 70s. And so all the men call trans women coccinelle.
Oh, but that's sweet though. Like, right? Isn't that sweet, folks? Like, you wouldn't expect that. Like, I was expecting like some rough ass thing, you know?
And homage to her.
I love that. Yeah. That's such a beautiful story. Her story's better than mine. That sucks. So, Dana, you were talking about the 80s and stuff like that. Yes. And, you know, have you always written? Have you always wanted to write?
You know,
have you always wanted to write? You heard me? Wow, it's Monday. I'm so sorry. Have you always wanted to?
You know, I grew up in Jersey.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, in Jersey, and the town where Great Adventure is.
Yes.
And believe me, I was the Great Adventure.
She was the ride.
It was a lot. I mean, it was a lot. I learned what side of the street to walk on and, you know, how to run, actually, like a track star. But school was very difficult for me. You know, it was more about survival and trying to get from A to B from, you know, 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. So learning was very difficult for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The thing was, I didn't have support with the teachers as well.
But what was that? Were you maneuvering your LGBTQ plus journey? Were you trying to figure out? Did you know that you were a girl, no matter what?
Yeah, no, I was in my mom's heels since I can remember.
Okay.
My sister's makeup. It was always there.
This was you who you were. That's it.
And as a teenager, it was the late '80s, so I luckily had all these amazing pop bands like Culture Club and Bow Wow Wow. And you know, and even the heavy metal rock guys wore makeup.
We're very androgynous.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got away with murder because I wore makeup.
Got it.
I anyone questioned it. Okay. You know, I would just like refer to a band.
Yeah, you were like punk, sort of. Yeah.
And then close enough to 18, that's when I was like, I need to get out of here. And I went straight to the city. So I moved to Manhattan.
It's so funny that she says that because, you know, like she said, we have so much in common, you know, like the second I met you, I was like, I feel this kismet. I feel like we were supposed to meet, right?
Yeah,
do you feel that too?
I do.
It's really weird.
I do.
Like from like our first 2 or 3 conversations, I was already like, sis, this and blah, blah, blah. Yes. And do you know this? And it was like talking to somebody that I had been around for a while, you know? But I feel that we've walked a lot of the same paths. Like I'm also from Jersey and like, you know, I grew up a little bit later than you, but still like, I know that during that time, the safe space for us was the Village, was New York, was get into there. Even Times Square was more welcoming to LGBTQ plus than a lot of places in the outskirts, correct?
Yeah. And when I was a teenager, I would take the bus into the city all the time. And then I begged my mom, can I go to high school in the city? Because, you know, Fame was going on.
Oh, my God, Fame, yes. I love Jerome. Oh, my God, I love that guy. Oh, he could dance into the heavens. Yes. You guys know Fame. Don't look at me that way.
So my mom said, look, honey, I love you to death, and I get it. But, you know, it's just too far. You can't do it. So, but, you know, I wound up leaving high school. The end of 9th grade, I just couldn't take it anymore because the physical abuse was so hard everywhere. And I had an older brother, but he was very non-supportive and just as kind of physical and evil as like the neighbors. So it was really difficult. But my mom was so supportive, and she said,
wonderful.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you go get your GED with the adults at night and go to night school? So that's what I did.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But what a wonderful, supportive mom to be able to do that. To see, I mean, again, she saw you go through so much shit for all these years and then go, okay, how can I keep my child safe?
Yes.
You know, this would be a good way to go while still making sure she gets her education.
Yeah. Yes. And then after that, I went to hair school, and I became a stylist. And when I moved to New York City, I worked for Patricia Field, legendary costume designer.
Yes.
To the stars.
Yes. Well, didn't she do like Sex and the City and like everything? Yeah. But the beginning was when it was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. When Sex and the City had a less budget, yes, they didn't know what the hell they were talking about when it came up to LGBTQ plus. They had no idea. They had to get a consultant later on. Then they added too much LGBTQ plus stuff, but we can get into that on another show, right? But that that was the time where you would see the big dresses, the poofiness, the scarves, because I know you love scarves. Like it would be accessorizing.
Even in bed, because I just think it's so glamorous.
It is glamorous.
It reminds me a little of Crawford, you know. I need a script.
It does, right?
Where's the script?
But you even have like the look like Joan. Like you're like,
feeling it.
yes, like I just want to hit somebody with a hanger.
It could be the ladybug.
Don't hit the ladybug.
No, for inspiration.
For inspiration,
Yes.
yeah. So your mom was supportive. That's you know, I mean, when the world is against you, someone like that means everything. You know?
Yeah, she was amazing, and I was the youngest out of 5, and so we were really best friends. And she had me when she was 41.
Oh.
So by the time she was 51, she was ready to party. And I was 10, so, you know, I was pretty advanced for my age. I used to go and steal my father's credit card, and I would say, Mom, let's redecorate the living room. It's hideous. And I said, who did this, Mom? Because I know you didn't. Well, your sisters picked it out. I said, oh, God.
My sisters have bad taste.
And we would redecorate, and, you know, it was really fun. It was a good time growing up with her in the late 80s.
That's wonderful that you're able to hold on to those specific memories, right?
Yes,
because
definitely.
it's like, it's hard to not let the bad memories take over.
And I love my sisters. They're amazing. They're the 2 firstborn. But when I was born, my sister was 16. So she got married at 18. So she got the hook.
Yeah.
And then my other sister, too, was 14 when I was born. So, you know, they were already gone, married, and doing their thing.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. While you were growing up.
Yeah. But with writing, you know, I thought about writing, but I had so much self-doubt because of my lack of education. So I started just telling stories instead, you know, and that was my writing. And then a couple years ago, I have an amazing friend, Bonnie joined. She's a poet. She's an amazing scholar. And she said, just start doing it and stop overthinking it. And
get it on paper.
Yeah,
get it down.
You just start doing it. And then my production partner and one of my best friends, Miss Candace Kane.
Oh, we're going to talk about her next. Yes.
She was at a time in her career where she was going audition after audition and not getting anything. So I remember I was in Lauderdale, Annie Wilt did, and she was in LA, and I said, girl, let's just write a script for you. Like, let's just write a show for you. This is ridiculous. And, you know, after reading so many scripts that gay men and straight people, you know, they were writing for trans people.
Oh, Lord.
But
they were watching the trans. They were writing the trans experience, not knowing what the trans experience actually is.
Yeah. So that's
how did that make you feel?
No, it was always hard because Candace would get roles and scripts, and like I'm like, who's writing this? Like, this is ridiculous. Like,
and they would they cast her as a trans woman?
They would, yes. And even for her first role, she was Dirty Sexy Money. She played Billy Baldwin's mistress. When they first premiered it on TV, they literally altered her voice to sound more like
no way, to make it sound deeper.
Yeah, like a man, like because Candace
doesn't have that kind of voice.
Has the fishiest.
Yes.
She's so
oh my God.
fishy.
Yeah, she makes me sound very butch. Like, she makes me sound very butch, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, you know now, right? So your partner and star on Mary It's Mary Productions, Candace Kane, you had told me that you have known her since you were a little baby girl. You know?
Yeah, we met each other in 1990 in New York City, 91. Yeah. And then we just, she was a showgirl. And she was working in all the clubs, and she was turning it. She always yells at me because we're actually working on a script called Avenue D Stories. And I love to paint her as the Chelsea girl, you know, Barracuda and Splash. And,
I love Splash, but she doesn't want to think about the Alphabet City, Candace, right? Like, that's another kind of...
No, I know how I want to picture it. It's like, I was more Alphabet City, you know. I was on the other side, okay? You know, I didn't mind hitchhiking, so to speak. And, but Candace, you know, wow, what a career she has had.
Yes, she has.
She really has.
Yes, she has.
Amazing.
And, you know, so a lot of people in I hate to say regular community, because it's not regular community, you know what I mean? Just normie world, I guess, right?
Ally community.
Not all allies. I can't even call them that, right? You're right. She likes to keep hope. You know, a lot of people first learned of Candace when all the stuff with Caitlyn Jenner came out, you know, when her show was called I Am Kate or something.
It was called I Am Kate, and Caitlyn is definitely on the right side of politics, and Candace tried her hardest to be like, girl,
what are you
like
doing?
you're representing trans now,
Yeah.
and you.
Oh my God! And she told her that.
Yeah, Candace was so trying to be so educational to her and try to make her understand and like break through that wall that you just kept running into, and when people talk about that, they don't mention that enough because Candace really, I mean, they got into some arguments on that show, and Candace was authentic and honest and let Caitlyn have it.
And have
like,
her, yeah.
What are you doing?
And
like,
stuck to that. And stuck
Yes,
to that
and
because
stuck to
I saw an interview with Candace not too long ago. It was like a couple months ago where somebody had asked her something like along the lines of like, are you still friends with Caitlyn? And she was like, no, unfortunately and fortunately, I've decided to cut all ties with her because unfortunately we can't agree, on life's politics right now. And she's on the wrong side of where she should be,
Yes.
Yes. There are moments that I feel bad for her, Dana. They're few and far apart, okay? Please understand that, okay? But I feel bad because, we're a community and we try to be inclusive, right? And like she says that she wanted to be, that she was, I can tell from her documentaries and certain things like that she was trans her whole life and unfortunately had to wait till later to do so,
Exactly.
So that makes me feel bad. But then she goes, then she supports Trump and then, she, and that right there is just a no-brainer that we can't, or at least for me, I can't say as LGBT, come, we've got you. You're part of our community. It doesn't come out naturally,
Candace
unfortunately.
I agree with you, of course. But the thing is that Candace was so educational and really tried so hard to have her see the light.
Yeah.
And well, it is what it is.
No, it is what it is.
Right.
It is what it is. And and we got more Candace for it, which I say amen to that. I just I would put it on mute when Caitlyn was talking, and then I'd put it back.
Oh my goodness.
It is what it is.
But now Candace has her own starring role on Secret Garden.
Oh my God, Secret Garden on Hulu. Make sure that you go check it out. All right, so it's kind of like a hot Martha Stewart in her garden. Okay?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I looked at it, But she's like so quirky and fun and like you want to be there with her. Like,
The garden's so gorgeous. My log line for the show is a trans Martha Stewart meets Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we got in touch with Pee Wee when we were writing the first season. And he reached back out. He said, you girls, let them have it.
Oh,
I love the script.
that.
I'm so happy and proud of you ladies.
God, I love that.
But, the thing was he was going through a really hard time. So sad. And so he just bowed out. We wanted to have him as a guest star.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But he passed away, didn't he? He passed away and he was having a very...
having a rough time.
You can tell just by what you can see on the outside, right? What do we see on TV and social media, right? But it seems like he had like a rough go at it.
I think how they persecuted him and let him have it because he was in an adult movie theater watching an adult film, which is...
I know that, Dana, but you whip your pee-pee out there, then there's laws against that.
But was that the case? I don't know. I didn't hear that he did that.
I don't remember. I mean, it's been so many years, but he definitely was persecuted for just being different, because he never came out and said he was gay. He never came out and said anything for our community. He just was. And he liked what he liked, and unfortunately, people persecuted him.
And you know what, honey? Everyone's pulling shows. Trust. You know what I mean?
Trust. Let's talk about your projects, though. Now that we started talking about the beautiful Miss Candace.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your projectos. Okay, so Diaper Doll. So let's talk about Diaper Doll because we had talked about Diaper Doll on A Queer News Tonight, and then we went to your unveiling where you were so generous to share your short film with us and Wilton Manors and No Manners. That was a whole lot of fun, also. And of course, we've got to talk about Danikin's very first TV.
Yes,
TV role. She was supposed to be with us today, but me and her have like we have issues. Let's just say that me and Danikin have issues.
I think you have a little history.
We have a little history. We might have gotten crazy once when I was still drinking, and we haven't gotten past that. There's some shit we need to work out. Let's just say that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I met Danikin in Neiman Marcus. She was, a supermodel in Fort Lauderdale before it closed, and she kept, kind of asking me if I could help her escape.
Okay.
So after a couple of weeks, I said, all right, I will. And so now she's my roommate. And she's very secretive about you, but I kind of put two together that you were dating her.
We did stuff. We did stuff, and and she's more of a freak than she let on, and that's it. And we don't need to, that's between me and her, and we'll hash it out when it's time. I think we will, But I love how the tagline that it's like, how could something so pretty be so ugly?
Yes, that's her tagline. How can something so pretty be so ugly? Yeah, she's a lot.
She's a lot.
She is a lot, and she was in Wilton Discount Liquors, and like there was some drama, and then the owner asked like, "Is this a gay thing?" And I said, "No, she's a supermodel."
That's it. No, it's not a gay thing. She's a supermodel,
and she likes to drink. And she's almost proud of it.
A lot. Okay. Which was why we got along great for a certain amount of time, and then it just didn't work. But
if I could go back to Secret Garden really quick.
Please.
Okay. So when we wrote the villain, Miss Weed, she lives next door, and she's basically an actor-phobic, following-phobic, son of a bitch, balls to the wall, hateful lady. So we almost had Amanda Beards, the woman that was on Married with Children, the neighbor.
Yes.
She said, I would love to do it, Miss Weeds. So we were so happy about that, but it didn't work out.
Oh, darn.
And actually, before Amanda, there's an amazing friend of Candace's and mine. Her name is Andrea Metz, and she was going to play Miss Weeds first. So it was Andrea, and then it was Amanda. And then we were coming into filming, and we were stuck. So then Candace said, you have to play Miss Weeds. So I said, okay.
So that's how that happened.
That's how it happened.
Oh my God,
And
that's
it's so much
hysterical.
fun to yell at Candace.
Well, I thought you'd do that in real life too sometimes, right?
But it was fun, yeah. So Miss Weeds it's such a fun, she's such a fun character to play.
Yeah, no, we've got to, and listen, you can watch her right now on Hulu, so make sure that you add it to your watch list, okay? Because we're so excited.
She's a pistol.
She's a pistol, but you're a pistol.
I am a pistol.
You're a pistol too. So okay, let's talk about Wilton Wins.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So I started writing a script. It's a documentary. It's about Wilton Manors, and I felt like I just needed to really give back because I love living in Wilton. I really do.
And she lives like in the heart of Wilton, all right? She could throw a rock to any club from her house.
Yes, and I have met so many amazing people here in the community that I can be honored to say that are really good friends of mine and make me feel safe and comfortable and happy. And so I called Can and I said, let's do a documentary about Wilton. And she said, girl, go start writing. Just start writing because I know you. So I did. And then we found this amazing director that also did Diaper Doll, Christopher.
Yes.
He's 24 years old.
Christopher. He also had a movie at our last Outshine Film Festival in Miami also recently.
Right.
Yes.
It's called Frog.
Yes.
Right.
No, he was amazing. He's amazing.
Frag.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Frag. Yeah.
And he's amazing. He's such a talented young man. Him and his gorgeous boyfriend, Matthew, are getting ready to move to the new East Coast Hollywood, which is Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks to and Tyler Perry, honey, that studio.
That's true. That's true.
And the young kids are going there. They're not going to LA. Sorry, Candace. They're going to Atlanta.
It's a little cheaper. It's
Yeah,
just,
it's cheaper.
I mean, the money calls.
Yeah. So his Christopher, our director, we call him Kiki, and so he's the director of Wilton Wins, the documentary. So we've been running around town, and it's been quite an adventure. And I feel like it's a porthole into personalities.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's what it's about.
And when do you think that would be out?
Well, we're hoping to get done wrapping it up, probably like a month. And then it will go into post-production. I have to find a great editor, if anyone's out there.
You hear that?
And wants to be a part of this amazing project that is so super positive and features our amazing LGBTQ plus community.
I love that.
And really honors them.
I love that. I love that. And I'm a part of it, right? So you could see me on it.
So Faye I'm getting to the icing to the cake.
Oh, this is the icing, the sprinkles.
Yeah.
All right.
Sugar, powder. So the thing is, the tea is that Faye agreed to be one of our guest correspondents, a celebrity guest correspondent, and she has been turning it out. Oh my God, it's a secret. We can't really talk about the actual segment, but let's just say this segment is going to be called lady leaders. And what better person to host this segment but Miss FayWhat?
What?
Hello.
Right? Someone who just is enamored and follows lady leaders around. So I'm good. I'm good with that.
Amazing. You know, it's funny. The thing about anything with production, when you see the crew watching so intensely, you know it's a hit. You know it's a hit.
I love that.
Yeah.
And and what I love about, by what I've seen, right? What I've seen about the vision is that they want to see Wilton as a whole, like all the little parts that it entails from the history to where they see it in the future. And that was something that like really got me, because Wilton is going through a lot of change right now. And in the next few years, Wilton will look very different, know? So it's interesting, the viewpoint that you are trying to get across, because there's people in Idaho that have heard of Wilton, but have never been here,
Yeah.
There's people in Miami that don't know how Wilton started.
It's true.
And
a friend of ours, Dr. Summers, he has been on Queer News Nightly. We were together on that show, and we were talking the other week, and he said, the migration of Miami, slowly is coming to Wilton as far as LGBT plus community. I see it more and more.
Yeah. Well, my good friend Al Ferguson, who's also on Queer News Tonight, he always says, okay, when the last person leaves Miami, turn off the light, right? Because so many people, because it's an influx of people that have dedicated their lives to South Florida, so they refuse to go any further, but they're going to Broward because, girl, like the congestion, the money. I mean, Miami's just gone. It takes a lot of work to live in Miami.
It does.
And it takes a lot of money to live in Miami.
It does. And it's built on coral. So all those little gorgeous 1960s Mad Men bridges, they're like the water is like touching the tires now.
God.
It's really scary.
I didn't think about all that.
Yeah,
it really
scared.
scares me.
Miami scares me.
Let's talk about your Miami scares me. I had invited her to an event down there. She's like, Miami scares me.
It's not that Miami scares me. I love Miami. It's cute. But 95 is the worst for me. I don't know. Maybe I hit an age where I'm like, I'm not 95. It shows. I remember when I was in a bikini driving down a hall over, Nude Beach.
Yes.
And doing shows in my Mustang and with the truck drivers and all that. Like,
yes, hey.
But now I'm kind of white knuckling it. I'm just like, this is so crazy, 95.
No. And it could be Sunday at 1 p.m.
Dangerous.
And it'll
like,
be
people love to like play chicken.
Completely.
I was like, honey, don't play chicken with me because you don't want to play chicken with me.
I know. I'd never play chicken with you. Let's talk about doctor's orders.
Oh my God! So this project is so amazing, incredible. Again, because living in Wilton Manors since 2006, almost 20 years now, my healthcare system of all these amazing, I call them health heroes, my doctors, have been taking care of me. And being a transhuman, that's a hard thing to find.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. So I decided after Secret Garden wrapped, I got a little depressed because I wasn't on set, I wasn't hanging out with the crew, and I was sad. So I said, let me write a new show. So I decided to write doctor's orders and feature these amazing health heroes doctors that are in my community and that are mine.
I love that.
Yeah. So I started writing it, and I wrote the characters in a fictional way, right? The doctors in a fictional way. And this is a great story. And I wanted dermatologists, right? And I thought, oh, let me get 2 gay twin dermatologists. Let's pretend that their parents own this old, shady dermatology center in Wilton Manors that's like about to fall down. And then I thought, oh, they can pretend to take it over and send the parents to Europe. And then they can redo the whole, place. And we'll call it Dimples Dermatology. And we'll have them really gorgeous young gay men with dimples. And so I wrote all the characters, the fictional doctors out. And then I talked to Andrea Metz, which is a very successful producer, showrunner. And she said, why don't you just go cast it, girl? What are you doing? Why are you writing?
Why are you still writing it? Go find the person.
Yeah, just go and find your doctors. And so I was very intimidated to even bring it up to them. But my first amazing doctor, Dr. Constable at Boca Dental on Wilton Drive, and he's my dentist for a long time. And I said, I'm pitching a show about doctors. It's a reality show. Would you be on it? And he said, oh my God, I would love to. Go talk to my office assistant. She'll give you whatever you want. So then it just snowballed. And then Renato Silva from G21 Fitness, I always drive by that gym, but I never went in it. I always thought it was so sexy, and I said, well, there has to be a lot of young, sexy men in there. So I went in there, and sure enough, Renato came out, and then he introduced me to his staff. And one of the trainers was on the hamster. Have you seen this machine? It's Brazilian. It's amazing. It's a basic hamster wheel.
Okay.
And they kind of like, I guess they serve.
Oh, side to side. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then when I got my dermatologist for real, Z-Rock Dermatology, Dr. Zaraga, so adorable. Guess what? He has dimples.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and then he has a partner. He doesn't have a twin brother, but he has a partner that looks like a sister, and they're actually partners, even though I wrote it in fictional. And her name is Dr. Connie Wong Kitty Rock, which I cannot stop saying.
Literally, that's her
That's
name?
her name, Dr. Connie Wong Kitty Rock. And so after the second time, she goes, girl, you can call me Connie. I said, are you kidding with a name like that?
Right? Never. I'm going to call you all of it from wherever I'm at.
Connie Wong Kitty Rock is superstar. It's like legendary. Yeah.
I love that.
And then I found a sexologist, and I thought, wow, a gay sexologist, how much fun.
I love
Dr.
that.
Davison. Yeah, really amazing. And so it just all came together, the cast.
I love that. You get so happy when you talk about your projects. Like, you could just tell how passionate you are about them,
really,
you know?
I really am. I would love to see this happen. Because, for young trans people and gay and les and everything, if they could maybe be in the middle of America where they're so frightened of, even thinking of
going to a doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they can see this representation within this beautiful town that we live in. And how they all know each other, the doctors, and they all support each other. And they all have amazing nonprofit organizations to help everyone as well.
I love that. And they cater to our community, I mean, they have straight people as well. But I mean, the fact that they know our community because they're a part of our community.
Yes.
So that's incredible. I'm excited for all of Dana Davis's projects. I got to figure out how to get on all of them. I'm going to go to medical school real quick. I'm going to go become a dermatologist. I'll figure it all out.
I don't know. I got some pitches for you, Miss Faye. Well, honey, I have been writing a little bit in the middle of the night.
Oh my!
With this one goddess in mind.
What?
And she's sitting on this bed right now.
Yes, Luna.
No.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah.
So, Dana, we're going to finish we're going to finish today's interview with a game. Is that cool with you?
I love it.
Okay, mi amor. So, fix your scarf there,
gotta
my
get-
darling. So, the game is called Say What with FayWhat. And basically, I tell you two things. It's a lightning round. I tell you two things, and you choose one of the two things. Okay? So, quickly, like if I say black or white.
Okay, black.
Okay, like that. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Saltburn or baby reindeer?
Baby reindeer.
Dogs or cats?
Cat.
Stiletto or wedge?
Stiletto.
Salad bar or dessert bar?
Salad.
I've gone out to eat with her, let's just say. Chocolate or cookies and cream?
Chocolate.
Tight ass or giving good face? A tight ass or someone who's giving good face?
Okay,
Answer!
Can the tight ass be full? I like a man.
Yes. It's a bubble
Tight
butt.
ass.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want some meat on that.
She's serious too.
I'm serious.
Drive or be driven?
Drive.
Little Nas X or Eminem?
Nas.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Whole Foods or Publix?
Ooh, that's hard.
She's like, neither.
I don't like them.
I Instacart.
I do. I'll say Aldi.
Aldi, yes! That's for the broke
Aldi.
people like me. I love me some Aldi. If you
That's
steal
a
my
steal, honey.
Yo, but the biggest fight I had with
fierce.
Teresa, you want to hear what the biggest
me,
fight I had
tell
with
me.
Teresa? That bitch took my Aldi quarter. I almost lost
Oh my
it.
God.
I almost lost it.
But I have to tell you, the men in Aldi they're cuter. Listen, I know these things. I watch. I'm very, I notice everything around me.
That's what you
The
need to
men
know.
And I do love a beard. I do love a beard on a
Oh
man.
my God. We do love a beard. Okay, Jeep or convertible?
Convertible.
Chinese or sushi?
Chinese.
Oprah Winfrey or Michelle Obama?
Obama.
Morning sex or shower sex?
Both.
I'm not even gonna finish this because it's just like, both.
Yeah.
Both, bitch.
Yes, honey.
Both. Red or pink?
Pink.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you, Dana Davis,
Oh
for
my
being on the
God.
FayWhat Show. I love you so much. You have no idea.
Wow,
Look
thank
into
you
the
so
camera
much.
and do me a favor and do your best FayWhat.
Oh my God, FayWhat?
Yeah, pam, pam.
Learn it,
pam,
honey. Learn
pam.
it. Get it.
Learn
Get
it.
it.
Learn
Get
it.
it. Get it. Get it.
I effing love her. All right, make sure that you follow Dana Davis and Mary, It's Mary Productions on all social media outlets,
Hulu,
okay?
Hulu.
And also watch Secret Garden on Hulu with Candace Kane, and you'll see this beautiful face there as well. Okay,
Well
add
done.
it to your watch list because it's just going to be so, everything that you're doing is exciting, and I can't wait to see all of it
Thank
all.
you
And you
so-
deserve all of this.
You're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I love being in your show, and I love being on this bed, and this little puppy is so
That
cute.
little puppy right there.
And, the people behind the camera can't really see what's going on.
Yeah, no, they can. They can see everything. She's looking at Alex Tikas, who's going to be in bed with me next, right? And he's this gorgeous adult film star. So she's just staring at him through
No,
the
but I'm
camera
warming-
while I'm trying to say goodbye to her. Do you see this?
I'm warming up the bed. For
Is that what?
him.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
just
no,
say that.
no, no. She definitely warmed it up. All right, give it up for Dana Davis. I love you, love you, love you.
Girl. Thank you
We
so
will be right
much.
back.
Thank you.
Finally, this morning, I want to get our week started by telling you some things that are really important to me. We call it FayWhat's on my mind. So I was part of my first Pride Parade more than 15 years ago, I think now, in San Francisco. Everyone has heard about San Francisco's famed Dyke March, led by hundreds of women on roaring motorcycles. Well, I was in that. I was on the back of a bike, right? Enjoying the whole ride. And since then, I have participated and hosted many Pride events and activities, from film festivals and dance parties to political rallies, all right? So you could say that I'm pretty dialed into the whole Pride celebration thing. But every year when Pride Month rolls around, I hear this nagging little question in the back of my mind. Am I really proud? Am I really proud to be a lesbian? Honestly, I spend my time with mostly gay men, right? Am I proud? I sometimes don't know that I am. It's not that I'm ashamed to be a lesbian. It's more that I don't really think of sexuality as a point of pride or shame either. I think of it as an undisputable trait, like my black hair or my green eyes, Honestly, before Trump and DeSantis, I didn't think much on my reasons for participating in Pride activities. Unless I was hired to be there, I just did it. I found comfort and inspiration to be surrounded by so many LGBTQ plus people and to be in the majority for once, in this very straight world. And it feels good. It felt good to be part of these things. I like the we're here, we're queer feeling. Plus the music is always fucking amazing at Pride, right? But the new gays, you young kids, you ask a lot of questions like, why do we have this parade? And why isn't that man wearing any pants? Well, I have no problem answering those questions. We have this parade to celebrate families, and families don't all look the same. Chosen family is family, and he's got no pants because he's got to air out his balls from too much cupping maybe, who knows? Anyway, I still haven't quite figured out the answer to my own question. Am I really proud to be a lesbian? That word proud, it just doesn't really sit well with me, The first Pride Parade was in 1970, called the Christopher Street Gay Liberation Day March. I get the origin of lesbian pride or bisexual pride or transgender pride or genderqueer pride or gay, pansexual, or asexual pride. I was not around when the Stonewall riots broke out, but I know that I can be an out lesbian TV personality, an activist, a legally married lesbian, a lesbian protected by divorce laws. I have a fabulously healthy, thriving life because of the Stonewall generation, because they threw the first brick or shot glass. It all depends on who you ask. I had the privilege of saying my sexuality is not a point of pride or shame. It's not a lifestyle either. My sexuality is really just a fact. I love musicals, I love gay boys, and I love vagina. So no, I'm not particularly proud to be a lesbian, just as I'm not particularly proud of my black hair or green eyes. My green eyes maybe, though, I kind of like it. But being a lesbian is not an accomplishment, not like helping win marriage equality for the nation. That's a freaking accomplishment. Or defending transgender persons' rights to use a restroom. That is an accomplishment. But I am proud, enormously proud, of the courageous, relentless, bold, fearless, forward-thinking, bold, creative legacy of the LGBTQ plus rights movement that came before me. I'm proud to live the benefits of its hard work. I'm proud to follow my heart, to love whom I love, and to live openly as my true self, no matter what other people think. So with that, I tell you, happy Pride. So that's the FayWhat Show. I hope that you had fun. I had so much fun. I freaking love Alex. Oh my God. I kind of want to lick his beard. Is that weird? might be a little weird, but I think there's a few out there that want to also. Yeah, I love him. I love him, love him, love him. And I've got to say thank you to Dana Davis also, man. What a trans trailblazer. Like, she's just so incredible and she's just so wonderful. And I want amazing things for her. So please make sure that you follow her and be a part of all her projects. So folks, I'm really passionate about trying to connect the L and the G in our LGBTQ plus community. I gotta tell you, it's often hard for us girls. But if we believe that we are one strong community, then we must support all the letters of our LGBT and Q plus. We open the show with a nod to Mary Tyler Moore and That Girl's Marlo Thomas. This show is dedicated to a strong LGBTQ plus community. I just encourage you to be a little bit kinder, a little bit funnier, and embrace our tremendous diversity because it is what makes us so freaking strong. Until then, make sure you follow me on all social media outlets, Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube, all of that. Follow FayWhat. And since you're always on the go, you can listen to The FayWhat Show wherever you listen to your podcast app. Just search The FayWhat Show. So until next Monday World at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I'm FayWhat, and I am #ThatGirl. I wish you a week full of sunshine and rainbows. Stay gay.
Rainbows, gay boys, #ThatGirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all I dream? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #ThatGirl. Pride-filled, T-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find the girls of love.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ plus media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat Show. Get the week started with me.